The year is 1989, and NATO issued an initiative to develop a new weapon system. Rather than choosing an AR or an SMG, why not have both in one? Thus came the PW program, stands for Personal Defense Weapon. The demands are it should be reliable and compact, so Secret Service and Special Task Force can have the advantage on the field. The unit must also use the new NATO 5.7 by 28mm cartridge. While there are quite some companies that propose their design, only two gather the attention from NATO, FN and Hokla & Koch, if I mentioned that correctly, or HK for short. HK proposed the famous MP7 and FN, well, P90. Both PW used a bulb-up system. It means that the munitions are fed behind the trigger mechanism. This is to redirect the recoil as close as possible to the rear, thus gave a more manageable recoil. Long story short, the P90 won. In this term, it is applied to many parts of special task forces or NATO countries. But how did this sci-fi looking unit won over MP7? While there are quite some debates in the gun community, I find few that are reasonable. The P90 are designed and engineered to be ambidextrous, simply meaning either you're right hand or left hand user, you will find no problem to adapt with the unit. For example, the cocking handles are on two sides. The trigger configurations are below the trigger, and it can be operated for, once again, right hand or left hand users. And the magazine is fed horizontally, and the empty casing system is also unconventional, which is ejected below here that has a dust cover on it. I would just call this unit as a tolerant or anti-racist for its ecosystem. Alright, so that's an overview story of the P90 for you as of geeks. And by the way, the Tokyo Marui P90 unit is very rare to find in wargame. This is probably due to the significant price differences on the market. So if you find one in a wargame, be sure to take a picture with it. Right, let's talk about the adaptation of the unit by Tokyo Marui itself. First impression, it's unusual, but when you get used to it, you'll find the advantage that the unit itself was designed for CQB, or close quarter battle. So yes, it is less bulky and more compact, but you can't have a lot of configurations or more with the unit because of the lack of Picatinny rails for attachment, which makes sense for its purpose. But of course you can just replace the torque Picatinny rail like I did and has a peak sight on it. I love the high capacity of loads of BBs in the unit, but also makes it not so economic friendly. Because of its high rate of fire, I also find the unit to be rear heavy. I assume it's by design to minimize the recoil on the real gun? Well, maybe. It's just a toy after all. So yes, I don't like much for its rear heavy and also the too high rate of fire. So I usually just go with semi-auto, no problem. Oh yeah, the unit is intimidating when look up close. And yeah, that's my opinion about the Tokyo Marui P90 for me. If you have any other opinion, please comment down below. And around this week I'll be doing some pew pew test at the range, so subscribe so you don't miss it.